Is CNN really reporting on Africa fairly? Let's investigate. Welcome back, my fellow Politics of Africa enthusiasts. In today's video, we are going to talk about a topic that has been brewing in the African community for quite some time: the unfair news of CNN towards African countries. Let's get started. As we all know, CNN is a global news giant that has been reporting on events from around the world for decades. But have you ever noticed how they cover African countries? It's almost always negative news, painting the continent in a bad light. This has led to an outcry from the African community, and today, we'll be discussing why. The media has a powerful influence on how people see the world. Unfortunately, the way that CNN reports on African countries has a damaging effect on the citizens of those countries. It reinforces negative stereotypes and makes it harder for them to have a fair chance in the global community. The constant negative portrayal of African countries doesn't do anything to dispel the harmful myths surrounding the continent. CNN has a huge responsibility as a major news outlet, and the way it covers events in Africa has a far-reaching impact. The biased coverage means that many people around the world get a warped view of African countries. The fact is, there are many positive things happening in Africa. The continent has a rich history, culture, and diversity that should be celebrated. But unfortunately, CNN doesn't seem to agree. To understand just how negatively CNN's coverage of Africa affects viewers, let's take a look at a few examples of their biased coverage. In 2014, when Nigeria lost its Ebola crisis, CNN repeatedly showed images of sick people in hospitals. It painted a picture of a desperate country without really showing the resilience and strength that Nigerians rallied to combat the disease. It was a one-dimensional portrayal of a complex and multi-layered situation. So, what's the way forward? As people who care about Africa and the people who live there, we need to hold CNN accountable. We need to demand better, more nuanced coverage that portrays African countries in a fair and balanced manner. We need to call out media outlets that perpetuate harmful stereotypes and work towards building a more inclusive and accepting global community. Subscribe to my YouTube channel to get more African politics.